But yes, when I saw the film and I read about the film, I know that it was that great casting coup. When we talk about that Dilip Saab and Mr. Bachchan in one film, Shah Rukh sir speaks very highly of him. Every actor on those, Salman sir speaks really highly of him. You choose Mr. Bachchan, you choose your sympathy till the end lies with Mr. Bachchan's character, even if he's wrong. It's a very, very small plot, but the way it's been told by James, it's stunning. And again, every character in that film is so well arced out. कितने लोगों का खून गया है इस आजादी के लिए, और वो खून किन किन लोगों से आया है, और उस खून का कोई कोई धर्म नहीं था। वो एक ही रंग था, और वो रंग था आजादी का। Hello, everyone. I'm Ali Abbas Zafar, and you are watching and listening to Connect FM Canada with Faridoon. Stay connected.
Okay, and Ali, if we can have your top five films that have inspired you, films that have made a difference in your life, films that you can watch again and again, films that give you a perspective in life. I think फिल्मों से बहुत सा perspective मिलता है life में.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल। मेरी टॉप 5 फिल्में बहुत मुश्किल हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल हैं, लेकिन दीवार इज़ वन ऑफ देम। आई थिंक दीवार हैड अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग मार्क ऑन मी when I was growing up. Shakti was another one which had a very strong mark on me. उस बाप बेटी की कहानी है, लेकिन the way it's handled, the way it's written, again very political, जबकि सिर्फ बाप और बेटी की कहानी है, लेकिन कितनी political कहानी है। क्योंकि emotional politics है उसमें। Then one of my favorite, all-time favorite is Titanic, which I love. I just feel that it's a very beautifully told story.
Okay, let's take to Shakti for a moment. So much was said about this entire competition between Mr. Bachchan and Dilip Kumar Saab, which I think Mr. Bachchan has idolized Dilip Kumar Saab. But लेकिन वो एक था कि that there were so many. I'm sure you remember that so many stories in the tabloids.
Yeah. Means I was not even born, but yes.
Right.
But yes, when I saw the film and I read about the film, I know that it was that great casting coup. When we talk about that Dilip Saab and Mr. Bachchan in one film, and there was a lot of competition. There was a lot of undercurrent in every scene, that who will give a better performance. That's a different thing. That one is like, I won't say mentor and prodigy, but Mr. Bachchan has always idealized Dilip Saab as someone who has a lot to give to the Indian film industry just with his craft of acting. Shah Rukh sir speaks very highly of him. Every actor on those, Salman sir speaks really highly of him. Every actor, somewhere or the other, Dilip Saab became that prototype of what an Indian quintessential hero needs to be, and especially the way he handled the emotion. The way his dialogue delivery was, the way he handled the emotion, maturity, gravitas. So he is like, he was the acting Bible for every actor to follow later. And then Mr. Bachchan became that Bible that everyone wanted to be Mr. Bachchan, because he was so good. But yeah, means in the film, when you see that film, you see that current, you see that equation between father and son is phenomenal. And again, when we talk about the politics, it's the one is the politics of a police officer who's saying whether my son is kidnapped or anyone else's son is kidnapped, I'm not going to give in to a kidnapper. And one is the politics of emotion, which a son hears that his father on the phone call says that, I don't care, you keep my son, and he feels that his father does not love him. So it's just very simple, very basic, but the way it's written, the way it's handled, the way it's performed by both those two great actors, it leaves a mark on you, because somewhere or the other you resonate sometimes resonates whether your father is for you or against you, you know. Even if he tells that you can't go out and play right now, it's the time to study, you feel, why is he stopping me, you know, like these are very small things, you know, but when you're growing up, all these things somewhere or the other leave mark on you. And in India especially, because the relationship in India of mother and son is termed as the relationship of love, but the relationship of father and son is always the relationship of authority and power. कि ये बाप है, you know, like everything that a father has to say, he's always little strict, you know. Times have changed now a lot, but in the time that film was made, and even in the period of 80s and 90s, a lot of kids were and their fathers had a relationship which was about the authority and power. Like अगर डैडी ने बोला है कि ये नहीं करना है तो मतलब नहीं करना है, माँ है, माँ के साथ प्यार है, you know. So I think that it was very beautifully captured.
Yeah, maybe one of the most memorable death scenes as well. Okay, second one.
Second one is, as I said, Diwar has left a very big impression on me again, because I just feel it's a beautiful story. Two brothers walking on two different sides of the system, and they both have reasons to do that, you know. And by the end of it, you are confused which one to choose. Uh, and it's very rare that in a film where an hero is an anti-hero, you choose an anti-hero. You know, you choose Mr. Bachchan. You know, you choose your sympathy till the end lies with Mr. Bachchan's character, even if he's wrong. So that's a great story to say. And then again, that whole idea of who creates the victim, you know, and who to blame, you know. And my most favorite scene is the scene where, Shashi Kapoor shoots a guy who's a little boy who's stolen a bread,
Right,
you know.
right.
Yeah, and then he goes to meet and I think Hangal Saab played the father. And there is mother, another very good actress, and he goes to apologize. "Okay, you know, I shot your son," and it's a scene
Mother
which is
curses.
just
Mother curses.
mother
Yeah.
curses him. It's the scene which has a very fulcrum, which is like which can go any side, you know. But again, what a scene, what writing, what it does to the film. These are very small scenes, you know, but when they come in a film like this, it really makes a huge difference and creates a huge impact on you as an audience and your belief system as a
Amazing.
human being.
Right. Okay. And third one.
Third one, as I said, Titanic. I think, yeah, I think again, I was a teenager when that film came, so it left a huge impact on me, because I just felt a story which is just set on one ship can be told so beautifully and can have such a beautiful heart. You know, like if you just have a script, sir, the whole story is set on one ship. Yes, and that ship is sinking. You know, it's a very small plot, but the way it's been told by James, you know, it's stunning. And again, every character in that film is so well arced out, so well chalked out, that even the guys who are playing the band while the ship is sinking have a culmination scene, you know, like they're playing that band till the end, and you realize, you know, you thought they were just junior artists, but look what director does to them by the end of it, you know. So yes, Titanic is one of the films that left a huge mark on me.
Right. And that amazing dialogue. The heart of the woman is like an ocean. You never know how deep
Yes,
it
how
is.
deep it is. Yes,
And
yes.
and Celine Dion's song. So somehow I think maybe I think it's also an example that a song can literally maybe it maybe becomes so synonymous with a movie that it becomes conjoined in a way.
Yeah, 100% means that song was such a big hit that even the rickshawalas in Uttar Pradesh were singing it at one point of time.
Yes, yes, yes. It's like a Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
yes, yes. It breached like every boundary, which was amazing. And what that film did at that point of time, the way it was put together, it became that one film that everyone had to go and watch. You know, so it was very very inspiring.
Fourth one.
Fourth one for me would be Rang De Basanti. I think I was still an assistant, and when I saw Rang De Basanti, I thought that it was so well done from the beginning. It was ahead of its time. It had a great thought. It was so contemporary. The way the past of the revolutionaries is merged with the Delhi University boys who create a revolution in the current time. The music of that film was phenomenal. The performances were phenomenal. Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra's direction was outstanding. The way it begins with the voiceover and the beginning of the film, where he said that I thought there were two kind of men till I found the third one. And then, you cut to the shots of Bhagat, Ashfaqullah and all these. And again, a film that talks about togetherness. It talks about that, कितने लोगों का खून गया है इस आजादी के लिए, और वो खून किन किन लोगों से आया है, और उस खून का कोई कोई धर्म नहीं था। वो एक ही रंग था, और वो रंग था आजादी का। एंड दैट हैज टू बी समवेयर और द अदर सेलिब्रेटेड। what we are today has been you know come to us with lot of pain, a lot of pain. And the thought that brought that to us was the thought of togetherness. you know so
Hmm.
Rang De Basanti for me was a very very inspiring film.
Great. Fifth one.
Fifth one would be Shawshank Redemption. I think Shawshank Redemption is a film which is very beautiful. The way it's told, the way it's crafted, the way you understand that the way that film looks at freedom. You know, thought of freedom, how important it is, and how it can be achieved. And again, very beautifully told characters, very well written characters, small characters with great story arcs, and the impression that it leaves you by the end of it. Again, a huge feeling of hope. A great feeling of hope, liberation. The last shot at the beach. With the water, and it was just too good. That film, I think, is too good to be true. It's a must see film for everyone who aspires to be a filmmaker, to just see a sheer craft. And when you watch the film, you never know where this film is going. So so yes, these are my top five.